was in the polytunnel. I'm trying to remember what we were actually doing today on the course, but it was all right. It weren't too bad. We were getting rid of any chilies that were still connected. We were taking the plants out. Some were allowed to take some chili plants home with them, and then the rest, the soil was getting tipped into a bucket, and then it was getting replaced with new compost, and then things were getting planted that we took out, like bulbs, or there was bulbs planted in, layer of grit, and then basically just left on the polytunnel. So it was quite boring, to be honest. I'm not going to lie, it weren't amazing. It was quite cold, to be honest, even under a polytunnel. So yeah, it passed a couple of hours. I felt a bit sick today, though. I don't know what it was. I get picked up first. Because I get picked up first, I have to stay in the vehicle till the taxi driver picks everyone on the route to the place. So I'm in the car for about an hour, and I normally start feeling a bit travel sick, but it's not too bad. It's when I come back I noticed it's worse, and I think it's because we're hitting the traffic. Obviously he's going down loads of bendy roads. So I told the taxi driver, I said, "Listen, mate," I said, "how long till I get dropped off now? Because I'm starting to feel sick." So he said to me, "I'll pull the car up, mate, sit in the front." So I got in the front, wound the window down, and felt all right. But I'm gonna have to tell him that on the way back, because that's twice it's happened. I felt travel sick. So I don't know if it was a bit of anxiety or what, but things didn't get better. Do you know, if you ever suffered through anxiety and you see someone have a full-blown panic attack, that's because they can't control that anxiety, that fear that's feeding inside them, so then they go on a full-blown panic attack. Well, it was a bit like that, to the point I thought, it's going to calm down, it's going to calm down. And it didn't. This feeling got worse and worse and worse. And someone was talking to me, and she's like, "Calm down, Angelo, you'll be all right in a minute. Just breathe." Things like that. I thought, it's not going, so I'm not listening to this person because nothing's helping. So pulled the taxi up, got in the front, got a front row seat on the way home. And it's round about the time kids are getting dropped off from school. So I'm not doing that. I'm not sitting in a taxi for that long. I don't know. But anyway, it shifted. I think it bit of nausea. I suffer with nausea anyway. And these bigger minibus types, if you've sat in the back of them, when they hit a speed bump, you feel like boom, you feel everything. But when you sit in the front, you don't. So he just told me to mention on next time I go that I have to sit in the front and have the window down if I need it. Now you can take tablets for nausea. I forgot the name of it. I used to be on it. Can't remember the name. So that's another reason I don't really like to travel. If you're on a bus for a long time. I thought I'd be travel sick on a plane, but I wasn't. I wasn't travel sick on a plane. Don't know why. But yeah, buses, that kind of thing, long journeys, stopping, starting traffic. I seem to get very nauseated. It's not nice. So anyway, enough about that. Enough about my morning sickness. I've just come on because I've got a spare 10 minutes to burn, so I might as well burn your guys' heads out. So how's everyone doing? We've got a few watchers here tonight. Someone drop us a comment. We'll speak about everything and everything within reason. So we've got my smartwatch on today, guys, and I had a good sleep last night. I think I only woke up once for a wee, which I normally wake up about 3 times. So what I did last night is I cut my liquid content down by about 9 o'clock, and it seemed to work. I don't know if I was up more than once, but this watch says it was only once, and I only remember that, so I'm going off the watch and what I remember. I had quite a deep sleep as well. The amitriptyline worked. It tells me my score is 4 stars. I had 2 hours 19 deep sleep, light sleep 4 hours and 41 mins, REM sleep 2 hours and 27, and I was awake 2 times for a duration of 10 minutes. So my sleep is getting back to where it needs to be, which is, keeping me motivated, because I do suffer with the sleep. Like I say, without good sleep, you can't function. So that's one thing I'm trying to track. The only thing is, if I don't take the amitriptyline, or I try and go down to say 50 milligram or 60 milligram, then I'm fighting that I'm fighting to try to sleep and stay awake. So yeah, we have to stay at 70 milligram, or I have to be very, very tired that day, and I know that I only need a slight push to help me sleep. I'll take 60 mils then. But yeah, it's quite a cold day, guys. I seen ice on the roof yesterday. My friend come to drop some fridge magnets. He collects them when he goes abroad, so he had one from a beefer. But he said he's just gone down to his cellar and he's found a bag of magnets from everywhere, Australia, Malta. So he dropped them off. And when he came, he said, "Is that ice on the roof?" I said, "Yeah." I said, I thought it was ice, but now you mentioned it, it is. So it's getting colder and colder. So be careful, because that frost sets in at the night time, and in the morning, you're not aware that it iced over, and you'll break your neck when you're walking. So be careful. But I'm just chatting along, love. I'm just chatting. Anyway, football. I think there's some football on tonight. I'm not too sure what it is. I know the darts is on. Anybody watch the Grand Slam of darts? And thank you for the thumbs up, thumbs down. You've got a great life. You know who you are. So, yeah, I don't really like the Grand Slam of darts. I think it's the nonsense tournament until the what do we call it? Till the Worlds. I like watching darts at Christmas because it's quite a boring time, and it just ticks over the festive time. You know, when you're bored in your house and you've done the same crap every year: chicken dinner, couple of drinks on Christmas Eve, opening presents on Christmas Day, that kind of thing, and then New Year. I love the darts. I just love just sitting down watching these idiots pissed up in the crowd, with them little banners and things like that. So yeah, and that wasn't a fascination of mine till my friend, well, his cousin slash friend, he came round and we was watching it, and Phil Taylor was playing at Christmas, and it's weird that stuck with me to this day that I enjoy watching it. So we all have some kind of triggers that we just have to have that first trigger. It's a bit like an addiction when you think of it. That trigger, and we love it because my friend was about 14 years of age, and his mother got him a CB radio. And at the time, there was no mobile phones, no internet. So his mum was out working. So he's gone down. He knows where this present is, and he says, "What about if I just unwrap the present and we rewrap it up?" I said, "Okay." So he pulls out this small radio. It's got a telescopic antenna. Pulls it out, turns the volume on, and all we start seeing is these flashing fairy lights on the CB radio flashing, and then voices coming through. And you could imagine what that'd feel like to a teenager who's never experienced anything like it. So then I loved the CB radio. So I think we've all got that kind of triggered something in our DNA. It's like you try something and it's for you. Do you know what I mean? It's like, where's this fascination of this hobby come from? And I think sometimes it's just in our DNA coding. It's what our ancestors done. You know, Obviously CB radio was only in the last 100 years, but let's talk about gardening. Like, say for instance, you've never done gardening, and all of a sudden you're just messing about on a little bit of surface area you've got in your back garden, or your front garden, and you start planting things, and you see them grow, and then you're just dead fascinated about gardening. Like, we come from Sicily, so it's a lot of farmland down there where they grow a lot of like tomatoes, grapes, and I wonder if I've got it from there. So anyway, guys, I'm gonna shoot because there's not nothing to talk about. No one's popping up in the comments, so I just thought I'd fire a live just to pass 10 minutes and check up on you guys. Right, I'm gonna love yous and leave yous. Signing out from Stallion headquarters. Good night. God bless you.